Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's car is certainly one of Britain's favourites, Mark V Cortina from 1980. This one is the 1.6 Ghia manual gearbox, and it is in rather splendid condition. A very lovely period colour scheme. Now it's called solar gold, even though the logbook call it beige. Having the chocolate brown interior really is kind of the era. I suspect that when it's been renovated, because it has been restored, this car, and they've done a beautiful job. Having looked underneath the car, it's had some welding, as to be perfectly honest with you. Every Mark V Cortina I think I've ever had in has had some welding. They needed welding when I was a lad and these cars were new, so as you can imagine, over 40 years later, it's rare to find one that hasn't, but everything's been done to a very good standard. The wheels have all been refurbished, and of course they are the correct Ghia alloys. Excellent set of matching tyres all round, and the seals and below the moulding there is in a chocolate brown, and then the solar gold above, and a vinyl roof does make this car really stand out. We've had some very positive compliments on this car from the short time it's been in. Nice under the bonnet as well. The only extra I can see, having looked closely around the whole car, it appears to have a 4-branch manifold on, and the rest of the system looks like a Ford one. So does that give you another horsepower or two perhaps? It certainly does go very well. Oh, talking about upgrades, I've noticed it does have quite a new Weber carburettor, which is a very common conversion for the Mark V Cortina. Now, when we're talking about Mark V Cortinas, in fact, I think it was the general public that called them the Mark V Cortina. I think Ford referred to them as the Cortina 80, which was the last of the Cortinas before the Sierra A came out soon after in the early 80s. They're very sought after, especially the Ghia model, because the Ghia model gave you the very plush velour trim, the wood effect dashboard, the full length console through the middle, the rev counter, the 4-spoke steering wheel, the alloy wheels. This one doesn't have a sunroof, but it wasn't uncommon to see a Ghia model with a factory fitted sunroof. And just generally all round a sharper, visually looking car. There's been no expense spared on this particular car. We've looked around the car and we can see it's both been excellently maintained, and it is in fact in excellent condition. Ready for the shows, but reliable enough to be your everyday driver, capable of keeping up with modern traffic. You could drive this car anywhere and it would be up for the journey. It's really straight. I'm going to start by walking around the car and showing you these panels, and I'm going to start at the near side, so passenger side front wing. As I get in close, you'll see that is super straight, excellent paintwork, no dents and scratches or badly fitted panels at all down this whole dimension. It's super shiny, excellent paint, and a total credit to the previous owner. Now this car, looking at the logbook, has had 4 previous owners, so in 40 years I guess that's not too bad. People have decided to obviously hold on to this car. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see that one. Excuse me. Oh, how unprofessional. Anyway, I'm back. This one, ready to go. We've done our sales inspection, which means the car has been fully checked over. It will leave us with a fresh 1-year MOT. Having taken the car for a good drive as well, it is absolutely running spot on, and having a new Weber carburettor will probably help that. If I get very close, you'll see there's some grazing here to the chrome on the rear bumper, but I think you can forgive a 40-year-old Cortina that. But actually all the plastic mouldings on the back look very good. Somebody's painted matte black the panel between the back lights, very much like the sport version in the Mark IV, if those can remember the 2-litre S, that's what that looked like. But we can see the correct badges on the back, full badge there. The floor is very solid. I've lifted the carpet. I've had a good look round. The car is in really good shape. Excellent paintwork across the boot lid as well. And as I walk down this side, super shiny, rock solid paint that's right down into the sills and below the doors as well. Just walking down so you can see what I'm seeing. Nice bright glass, not scratched up. Excellent paint through this front driver's side wing. Bonnet excellent. And through to the front grille and that lower valance, all painted in a nice chocolate brown. So, bodywork absolutely stunning. It looks, as I say, good enough to take to the car show, just exactly as it is now. And I'm sure it'll be very well received. The Mark IV 5 Cortina is very well loved in Britain, and the Ghia model is the model to go for. Recent alternator on the car, exhaust system. You can probably see that's got a new bit of paint on the back panel there, looking quite good. So everything is in very nice order and ready to go. Now I'm going to sit inside the car and show you the interior. Well, I'll tell you what, let's start in the back. There's that chocolate brown velour trim. See what the Ghias had. Very good headlining in here as well. It's all correct. Carpet's all in good condition. Not worn out at all. Seats really nice. Centre armrest. Windy windows, of course. And the wood cappings that the Ghia model treated us to. And there's your seat belts in the front. Let's have a look at the driver's side. Now, seats in very good condition. Haven't got to the best bit yet. Certainly looking at MOT records, paperwork with the car, it would suggest that back in the 1990s, when the MOT seemed to go back to, it seems to support that very low mileage of just 31,000 miles, sorry. Now, it's always very difficult when cars get to this sort of age to start warranty mileages. Of course, cars are 40 years old. However, the paperwork suggests that there is a strong chance that this could be just a 30,000 mile car, and it would go a long way to describing just how good the interior is, how little wear there is in the carpets. And if you look at things like the steering wheel, not sure how well you can see that, the fact that it has got so much of its trim on. If it was 131,000 or 231,000, I don't think your steering wheel would be in that sort of condition. The switch gear is really good. It's very difficult to tell and be 100% positive, but just the fact that everything in the car seems to appear so fresh supports that very low mileage. But you know, I'm afraid that's something that can't be warranted, but it could well be that that's the case. It's got its original. Now, being a Ghia model, we have a radio cassette, and in fact, being a Ghia model, you've got this sort of underslung console which runs right the way through the middle of the car, right to a nice little cubby hole here, and all the gaiters and levers here. This is a Ghia feature. You see the woodwork across the dash there is very nice. The 4-spoke steering wheel, very small little details, like even a little remote knob for the driver's door mirror would have been a nice thing to have. And yep, these are the correct speakers that they used to fit at Ford. Carpets to the rear, windy windows, and this lovely velour interior. And I think I mentioned that headlining in really good order as well. I'm really happy to say that this one comes with its original handbook. It has a dealer folder, it has a spare key. In fact, it even comes with the original invoice when the car was brand new and supplied to its first owner back in 1980. So a nice bit of history and provenance with the car. Well, folks, we are very happy to take your existing, ideally, classic car in as a part exchange. It may be that you've got a modern car that you'd like to trade in, or it could be even a light commercial. We try very hard to facilitate a deal wherever possible. We can deliver this classic anywhere in the country for a sensible price. We just require your postcode to do that, and we will make sure the car comes to you having had a thorough, well, we do a PSI was a pre-sales inspection, which is already done, so this car is safe to test drive and it's good to go. It still has a current MOT, but it will have a fresh 1-year MOT when it leaves us. We will then do a thorough PDI, which is a pre-delivery inspection, and then a thorough valet. So you'll be getting the car in very nice order, very clean, and having been checked out in our own garage by our own experienced motor engineers. We also have a classic car garage on site here, and when we're not selling these cars, we're repairing them for our customers. So the Cortina is a car that's known to us very well. Now this one is a 1600, so that's an overhead cam Pinto engine with a Weber carburetor on, that's new. So cruising speeds are right up there. You can cruise at 70 miles an hour, one of these all day long. 4-speed gearbox, disc brakes on the front, and nice suspension. So a pleasurable car to drive. I'm afraid you didn't get power steering in this particular model. I believe it was an optional extra on the Mark V Cortina, so a couple will crop up with power steering. This one is not. In beautiful order, available in stock now. In my experience, when we have a real nice Mark V Cortina, they don't tend to stay in stock too long. So if you are on the edge of wondering if you should give me a call or not, I would recommend you don't hang around too much, because cars like this do tend to sell quite quickly. We are very happy, as I say, to offer a part exchange service. We can take in your modern car. I would need the registration and some details, and we have a local car dealer here close to us in North Hampshire that buys my modern car trade-ins, so we can facilitate a deal. I mentioned that we do a delivery door-to-door, and we will do our absolute best to help you with any classic car related questions. You might ask me what fuel, where do I go for insurance, stuff like that. We're very happy to help. Well folks, thank you for watching today's classic car video. This is Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out.